Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's contest between the Blooming Prairie Awesome Blossoms and the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton Bulldogs. Tonight's NFHS broadcast is brought to you by Ginger P Designs, modern, fresh paper goods. They specialize in cards of any sort. I've seen Valentine's cards come out of that group. I've seen wedding invitations. They do it all. They do a great job, too. Modern and fresh. Once again, that's Ginger P Designs. www.gingerpdesigns.com. Well, we're all set for senior night. This is Jace Emery. We're all ready to go. It is senior night. The seniors were honored moments ago by Coach Ted Hammond. And we have 3 seniors on the club this year. And those seniors are as follows. Number 2, Jeremiah Sack. Number 10, Brandon Sack. And number 14, Walker Miller. So now this is an unusual occurrence for a senior night, but this is not the final home game of the year. Tuesday night, the number 9 ranked Maple River team in 2A will come into town to take on the Bulldogs for the last home game of the year. But senior night is tonight. I'm not sure if they wanted to schedule it tonight to avoid having senior night against Maple River. I'm not sure, but that's the story from here at the booth. And the Awesome Blossoms of Blooming Prairie coming into tonight's contest 8-15. Once again, they're a part of the Gopher Conference. I checked out the website, minnesotabasketballhub.com, and they had Gopher Conference standings, and for some reason they still had JWP as a member of the Gopher Conference. Obviously, we're a member of the Valley Conference now. We used to be a member of the Gopher Conference up until about 3 years ago. But Blooming Prairie is toward the bottom of the Gopher Conference, but the record 8-15, you know, it's not too shabby for a 2A school. Not too bad, but the Bulldogs coming in tonight 4-18 on the season, looking to pull an upset on senior night, and that would be great for all 3 seniors. It would be great for everyone. It's been a while since we've had a win here at the Doghouse for the boys, and it'd be nice to do it tonight. We're about 11 and a half minutes away from tip time. So you have about 10 minutes or so to get what you need, and then we'll be all set, ready to go. Basketball action. All right, and we are back. I just got finished talking to our PA announcer, Michael Skinner, one of the math teachers here at JWP, and he said that normally he has no problem getting the pronunciations from an opposing coach or an opposing team's fan, but he said he tried multiple times, and every time he tried talking to them, they walked away. So eventually you say, you know what? We'll go on our own. So names aren't too hard, so we should be all right. Your anticipated starters first for the Blooming Prairie Awesome Blossoms. Number 1, Mitchell Jones, the 6'3" senior. He is their leading scorer, I have been told. Number 2, Ben Smith, the 5'8" junior. Number 11, Jake Ressler, the 6'7" sophomore. And it's a legitimate 6'7". I stood behind him at the concession line. I believe he got a taco and a bag, if you are wondering. Number 15, Anthony Nelson, the 6'2" senior. And number 22, Martin Morum, the 6'4" sophomore. They are coached by Nathan Pillar. Your starters on senior night for the Bulldogs. Number 1, Josh Janicki, the 5'11" sophomore. Junior. Josh Janicki, the 5'11" junior. Number 2, Jeremiah Sack, the 5'11" senior. Number 10, Brandon Sack, the 5'9" senior. Number 12, Andrew King, the 6'3" junior. Probably is going to be matched up against Ressler. We'll have to see how that matchup goes. And number 14, the 5'11" senior, Walker Miller. So all 3 of the seniors get the start tonight for the Bulldogs. And in the program, they have a supplemental program talking about our 3 seniors. And some of their answers are pretty interesting to their questions. You know, they have favorite movie, favorite singer, favorite hobby. Looks like a lot of them like to hunt and fish. And Walker Miller's favorite singer is something or someone called G-Eazy. So I am not sure what that is or who that is, but that is Walker Miller's favorite singer. So we are a minute and a half away from the national anthem. Tonight, the national anthem, it's kind of becoming a trend. It will be sung by Bailey Cord's JWP Senior. He was the master of ceremonies today at the Snow Week Hunger Games event that they hold every year, the third annual. I'm not sure of the halftime show, but I was told by Principal Jeremy Erler that it will be recorded, so it must be something worth recording. So we will leave it here at halftime. And a little bit of a change from the usual. Normally Ashley Johnson is on the camera. She wasn't here last time, and she's not here tonight either. So he is very tall. He might even be, he's 6'7". He might even have grown since this was come out. He might be 6'8". He's a tall man. And, you know, normally don't call a sophomore student in high school a man, but you know what, when you're that big, holy smokes. And King has the duty of tipping against Wrestler. King 6'3" himself. Hey, it was a very competitive tip. Won by the Bulldogs. Oh, stolen away by the Blossoms. And laying it in for two is Nelson. Hands it off to Sack. Janicki. A lot of people here tonight. Very quiet right now, though. King the spin. Bank is open. Must have been around Bank in Waldorf, one of our sponsors. Banks it in for two. And the fans are piling in. Even more of them coming in now. Many families here. It's parent night and senior night. Stolen away by Sack. And the away, that's Jeremiah Sack. Cuts through the defense, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line for two. Here. Free throws off. Second free throw is in, and the Bulldogs have an early 3-2 lead. Oh, off the head. Couldn't capitalize on it. Walker Miller wasn't expecting that, obviously. Neither was Martin Morum, who might have a bump on the noggin now. Nice pass down low. Couldn't capitalize. Good Jones. According to MinnesotaBasketballHub.com, Jones is the league scorer on this Blossoms club. Over to Walker Miller, who at times can certainly amaze on the court. Another guy who can is Jeremiah Sack. They get it to him, and he draws the foul, and he's heading to the line for two now. 16:25 to go in this first half. Foul was on Ben Smith. That's the team's second foul. Smith's first. Flops out. Second free throw. Off the back iron. Nobody boxed out the shooter. But it doesn't really matter because it's stolen away by the Blossoms. The awesome Blossoms. I've noted it on a lot of Blooming Prairie shirts and logos. They've dropped the awesome from the name. But it's still listed as the Awesome Blossoms on my program. So that's the official name, but it's for maybe linguistic purposes or for pronunciation purposes. It's been shortened to Blossoms on a lot. a lot of teams are kind of dropping those adjectives off the front of their names. Remember the hockey team, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. They got rid of Mighty about 10 years ago. Now they're just the Ducks. So you don't see a lot of that anymore. You used to see the fighting, but you don't see that anymore very often. Foul, and Jones is going to the line. Foul was on King. That's the team's first foul. And that will be Jones at the line for 2 shots. Nothing but net on the first one. You know, if memory serves me right, I think I read or heard one time that when they were named the Awesome Blossoms, it was a student vote, and the students voted on it. And their logo is a fighting flower with a spear and a shield, so they're quite serious about it. Oh, King blocked by a wrestler. Twice. And wrestler, 6'7". Gets 2 blocks on that one. Passing it around are the Blossoms. Janicki, the fast break layup. And it's the Bulldogs with the momentum right now. And I apologize, those last blocks were by Morum, who's 6'4". So he's quite tall himself. Haven't seen a whole lot of wrestler yet. Fakes. Nice pass. And Miller floats it in for 2, and it's a 7-4 lead for the Bulldogs. And with each basket, the fans are clapping more and more. Over Smith for 3, and that cuts the deficit right there. 7-7, our score. Janicki. One 3-1, I believe, possibly. Yeah, I think that might be 1-3-1 being used by the Blossoms right now. 3-pointer over the outstretched arms of Morum is rebounded by the Blossoms. They're going to slow things down a bit. Morum passes it out. Back to Smith, back to Morum. I don't know if wrestlers even hit the ball yet. 3-pointers up. Off the back iron. There he got it. Morum for 3. High arching shot. It's off. And that's going to stay. No, it's going to go to the Bulldogs. I thought it was going to stay with the Blossoms. And Miller heading to the bench in favor of Burley. And Eustace coming in as well. So Sack, Jeremiah Sack, and Miller. And Jeremiah Sack not happy with himself right now, having to be consoled by Coach Hammond. And 3-pointer is up for Nelson and in. And it's the Blossoms with the 3-point lead. Janicki calling the shots right now. Nice backdoor pass to Burley. Kicks it back out to King. King had about 4 or 5 arms on him. Stolen away by Janicki, and Coach Hammond wanted a call there on King. Didn't get it. Janicki will inbound. 12:49 to go in the first half. King to Janicki. Janicki the long 2. It's off. That's going to be Blossom basketball. Blooming Prairie, I believe that's by Austin. My first year I taught/coached here, we went to Blooming Prairie. I remember it was not a fun trip. My parents were there, and we lost 30-3. So it was quite, to say the least, it was quite a shellacking. But you know what? That was my first, last, and possibly only time ever in Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. I believe it was my first. I'm not sure. Wrestler heading out. Morum. And I remember one thing about that game. We were lucky to get the 3 points. They were pretty good. Crossed the board. Almost drug a foot there. Over to Eustace. Eustace will take it himself. It's the Blossoms ahead 12-7 right now. Bulldogs got off to an early 7-4 lead. Backdoor to Burley, excuse me. And Burley puts it in for 2. Big difference between being Burley and being Curley. Oh, stolen away by Janicki. He anticipated that. And, oh no, can't get it. Saves it. But he had a foot on the line, and it's going to go to Blooming Prairie. So Janicki went up for the kind of just to drop it in. He got his hand when he went up, hit the net. And that might have altered the course of the shot. Kicks it over to Romeo. Max Romeo, number 4, had about 20 points in the first half of the JV game. He doesn't miss from three-point range, and he just hit one after the whistle was blown. We'll have to see if he heats up in this varsity contest. Janicki heading to the bench for the Bulldogs. Burley for 3. Burley hits the 3. 12-12, tying it up. Burley's got 5 points. He's got the last 5 points for the Bulldogs. Tied back up at 12. Nelson over to Smith. Smith for 3. It's off. Rebound, Eustace. Jeremiah Sack, the senior. Out to Eustace. Eustace for 3. And it clanks off the front iron, almost in. Ted Hammond was ready to celebrate the 3 on that one. Romeo for 3. And that might be the first time I've ever seen him miss. And it's off. Eustace the board. Over to Jeremiah Sack, one of our 3 seniors tonight on senior night. I'm trying to see, was that man? Might be man defense. Sometimes you rarely see man. You almost try to convince yourself, oh, it has to be. Might be a 1. I don't know. I don't think it is a 1-2-2. But there we go. Romeo with the ball. Over to Anthony Nelson. Smith. And that's Grunmeyer, number 12. He's also entered for the Blossoms. Smith for 3. It's in. And timeout is called by Coach Nathan Pillar. We will leave it here this timeout. Want to invite you folks to our final scheduled home contest, which will be held on February the 16th against Maple River. Maple River, I checked the Minnesota Basketball Hub website, which is in affiliation with Star Tribune. Maple River ranked number 9 in 2A, so it's a chance to see a top 10 school in action. Once again, that's February 16th, 7:30 tip time. Maple River gonna take on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs hoping for a huge upset on Tuesday night. So please join us, folks. The NFHS broadcasts are good. Being here live is great. Great is better than good, so you want to be here live. And 9:43 to go in the first half. Bulldogs 14, Awesome Blossoms 15. It's kind of, momentum's been kind of going back and forth. There's a kind of the struggle for momentum right now, and we'll see which team comes out on top. We're less than halfway through the first half. Eustace will inbound, gets it into Sack. So Eustace, a lot of people say, the future of the JWP Bulldogs. Jeremiah Sack, one of the seniors. One of his final games. Three-two zone. Eustace puts it up. And he did it. He threw it as hard as he could against the foot of Morum, and it scuttled out of bounds. Janicki will inbound. Gets it to Burley. Burley, the big jump stop there. Nice pass to King. King draws the foul from Wrestler. He knew Wrestler was there. You saw King hesitate on his way up. He was probably anticipating the big block right away. Didn't happen. He drew the foul. And number 21, Nick Thompson, will come in favor of Wrestler. That's Wrestler's first foul. Team third. 9:03 to go, first half. Free throw is good for King. The score now 17-15 in favor of the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton Bulldogs. Romeo over to Nelson. Morum back to Romeo. He'll shoot that. It's up. Three-pointer is in for Nelson. Boy, that's the one difference from, I'm used to junior high basketball with the girls. Boy, you don't see the three-pointers like you do at the varsity level, for girls and for boys. Oh, stolen away. And nice layup there by Romeo, proving it's more than three-pointers that he can hit. Bounce pass to King. Out to Burley. Burley the long two. It's off. Rebound Morum. Nelson's, boy, you could see him running parallel, and then he turned on the boosters, and he got that ball and put it in. Timeout. Timeout called by Coach Ted Hammond. And we... Oh, pretty cool. All right, and we are back. Gearing up for the big Valentine's Day coming up this Sunday. At the school today, they had many festivities. Eustace, tried to force feed it to King. Romeo heading the other way. Jump stop. Jones to Morum. Morum the baseline drive. And the foul is called. And the foul is called on Eustace. King had those feet planted, so I knew it wouldn't be on him. Burley heading out. Burley did a good job while he was out there. Outlet pass to Janicki. Janicki absorbs the blow and puts it in. No foul. And the Awesome Blossoms are ahead by 3. To Morum. That's Nelson and charge, and there you go. King got it the second time. And Miller will inbound it to Jeremiah Sack. Three-pointer, and that ties it up, and Coach Hammond's fired up. So are some of the fans. Romeo, back to Romeo. Morum for 3, and he calls on the other end. 25-22 in favor of the Awesome Blossoms. That's got to be a kickball. It is. Subs coming in, the 6'7" Wrestler entering, and the 5'8" Smith. And boy, you could certainly see the size difference between those two guys. And also Grunmeyer entering as well. King the jump stop. Sack got the foul. Some thought King should have got the foul. Two free throws coming. First free throw is up by Sack. It is off the back iron. And there's the second. It's in. Passing it around are the Blossoms. They get it to Wrestler. Wrestler, the nice pass. Shots off. Sack heading the other way. Sack to King. Nice layup by King. Fully utilizing all the steps. Tried to force it to Wrestler, and it is stolen away by the Bulldogs. Trying to break the tie. Miller for three. Oh, it's air ball. Blocked by Wrestler. It's going to... Oh, wait a minute. They say white ball. Wrestler must have blocked it, and it must have deflected off of Sack. Quast will re-enter for the Bulldogs. Quast in favor of King. And with 5:23 to go, Mitchell Jones will re-enter in favor of Grunmeyer. Jones the ball. Or excuse me, that's Smith the ball. Wrestler for two, it's off. Now Jones with the ball, he puts it in, draws the foul, will head to the line for the three-point play. 5:14 to go. Nice free throw for him, and it's in. 28-25 Blossoms. Sack to Janicki. Sack to Sack on that one. That's Jeremiah Sack with the ball. Boy, they're trying to trap him. Quast has it. Quast the pass to Janicki. Janicki for three. It's in. And boy, tied up. One team gets the lead. One team ties it up. And, oh, he's out. Yep, that's going to be over and back. Morum thought it was tipped. I certainly did not see that. Passing it around. 2-3, I think, was being used by the... Oh, that's going to be Blossom basketball. I think 2-3 zone by the Blossoms. To Morum. Morum, the nice crossover dribble. Jones kicks it out to the top. Oh, and Smith hits the three. 28-31 in favor of the Blossoms. Oh, they left the wide. Oh, that's why. That's why. I was going to say they left the lane right open for Janicki. But Wrestler was there to block the shot. And it's floated in by Jones. It's kind of like luring them in, and then once they were lured in, it was nothing but trouble. Foul is on, that one was on Jeremiah Sack. And King will enter for Quast. Passing it around. That's Morum. Morum the wrestler. Morum fakes. He'll shoot. And then he hits the three. Boy. Or no, they're counting that at two. Counting that at two. 28-35 Blossoms. There it is, another three. 35-31. It's off. Oh, it's off. A little over 2 minutes to go, 35-31 our score. There's a group in the corner putting on red pennies. I wonder if this has to do with our halftime show. I'm not sure. But wrestler the board, and he draws the foul. I'm not sure if we're going to have a pickup basketball game here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's a group putting on red pennies, and there's a group with blue shirts. So wrestler's free throws off. I don't know. Well, we'll find out what the story of halftime is in a little bit. We were told to keep the cameras rolling, so we will. Wrestler's second free throw is in, 36-31, 1:47 to go. Oh, and almost thrown away, but Jeremiah Sack could recover it. And, well, that was a pretty wild-looking whirling dervish type action there, but they're not going to give him the foul. I mean, they're not going to give him the shot on the foul. Both teams had 6 fouls for the half, 1:41 to go. Oh, there it is. We've seen that before. Our junior high team ran that this year. We called it silver. Morum over to Romeo. Back to Morum. Morum couldn't handle it. Heading the other way are the Bulldogs. They could tie it on this possession. They're going to go for the tie. They get it. And boy, oh boy. Towels are waving. People are cheering. It's a good environment tonight. Great crowd. Every section's full, mostly. Good away crowd. Their section's full, as always. Oh, I thought Morum had a little bit of a bump on that screen there. Ref did not call that. They're going to call the body foul on Burley. Around the rim and in. 36 seconds until halftime. $15 seconds. Bulldogs going to go for the final shot. Oh, well, not when you turn it over, you're not. Well, maybe you still get the chance when they turn it over. 6.5 to go in the first half. Bulldogs 36, Blossoms 38. 6 seconds to make something happen. 5, 4, 3. And oh, King couldn't put it in. And we go into halftime, our score 38-36. And we've been told to keep the cameras rolling. There's nothing on my sheet here on what to expect, so we'll have to listen into the PA instructor. You want to go? Just say that you're the camera person tonight, and you can get something for yourself, get something for Ellie too. Maybe a soda or something. Or Ellie, you can go get the stuff. All right. What was that? Oh, okay. They were.
I'll run the camera for this. Get a break.
All right. Yeah.
All right, our very own JWP, Damian Schreiner. There's Colton. Colton passes into one of his friends. Oh, Schreiner with the steal. It's blocked. Ooh. Nice move there. Colton. Oh, gets it stolen. Good defense, Colton. This is Jeff Adams, by the way. Those of you that don't know my voice. Oh, nice basket. Who was that? Pretty sharp. Sharp shooters. Ooh. It's awesome. It's the Waseca Area Special Olympics. And JWP has their own Colton Flitter and Damian Schreiner on the team. Schreiner for three. Oh! Nice shot, Damian. Colton for three. Oh, good try, though. Good defense, Colton. Schreiner passes to his friend. Shoot, scores! Wow, the hot hand. On fire. Shoot it, Colton. Oh, wide open. Oh, Schreiner almost stole it. Oh, wide open underneath. Ooh. Oh, pickpocket. Almost. Oh, he almost had it. Called travel. Oh, he almost made a three-pointer, Colton. So close. Schreiner. Ooh, no, not Schreiner. That is not Damian. Nice pass, Colton. Woohoo! There's an assist for Colton Flitter. Take an assist just like take a 2-point basket. Nice job, Colton. Schreiner. Ooh, behind the back pass. Oh, good try, Colton. Yeah! Crowd favorite here. Colton and Damian are the crowd favorites. Oh. Good ball handling skills here. Oh, so close. A pretty good competitive game here. I think Blue's winning. Or it might be tied. Colton for three. Yeah! Woo! All right. Damian. Oh. Good try, Damian. The coach for this Special Olympics team is Cindy Rudy. What a great gal putting this on here for the kids or the guys tonight, guys and girls. Ooh, steal again. Nice steal. Colton. Oh, Damian with the rebound. Oh, good pass. Good try. Ooh. Is he okay? Oh, good sportsmanship there. Great crowd here tonight. Very supportive crowd. And that's the game. Round of applause. Hopefully a standing ovation. Yes. Yeah, standing ovation for the Waseca Area Special Olympics. And Janesville's own, JWP's own, Damian Schreiner and Colton Flitter. Awesome. All right. We're going to bring you back some second half action with Jace Emery and the Addison Oliver and Ellie Myhawk on the camera. All right.
what a great! I was with a big crowd at the entryway. What a great job at halftime by those Special Olympians. They really put on a great show. Great basketball skill for all of them. Glad that guy who took the tumble at the end is okay. I was kind of right by that area. He took a tough fall. All right, second half action underway. We'll update that on your screen. Second half action. It is senior night. 38-36 in favor of the Austin Blossoms. The Blossoms won handily in the C Squad and JV games, but so far it's been a pretty tight contest. Let's see what will happen in the second half. Both teams were kind of jockeying for that momentum. That's King. Backing down. Oh, tipped out. Gets it to Brandon Sack, over to Jeremiah Sack. That was Jeff Adams at the during the halftime commentary, so we appreciate him stepping in while we could go to the concessions and just kind of enjoy the action. Oh, Nelson blocked by Miller, but put right back up and in for Morum. 40-36, Blossoms. Blocked by Morum. Spinning and juking and jiving. Oh, yeah, and Janicki had a foot out of bounds, so that'll be Blossom basketball. And that's Morum who will inbound for the Blossoms. Wrestler to Smith. Smith for three. It's in and out. Eustace the board. Kicks it over to Sack. Sack to Janicki. Janicki for three. Oh, it's off. Wrestler the big board heading the other way. Nelson. Stolen away by Brandon Sack. Over to King. King to Eustace. Eustace is going to challenge him. Good board by Janicki. Brandon Sack for three. Way off the mark. Staying with the Bulldogs. Must have been tipped off. King immediately was calling for Bulldog basketball, so somebody must have deflected it for the Blossoms. That's a three for Sack. Once again, it's off. Boy, all it takes is 1-3, and this crowd's right back into it. Oh, and it's, well, right in front of us. Over to Eustace. Whoa. Janicki, the drive, draws the foul. In and out. 15:46 to go. Second half action. Blossoms 40, Bulldogs 36. Wrestler taking a seat. Mitchell Jones back in. I know a lot of people are going to be watching the rebroadcast of this one. Oh, and it bounced twice off the rim. Kind of threw everyone off, and that's going to be a foul by Jeremiah Sack. And Nelson will go to the line for two. First team foul by the Bulldogs. That is Jeremiah Sack's second of the contest. Free throw up. It's in. 41-36. Heading the other way. 5-point game right now. Oh, that's a long two. It's in. Cuts the deficit to 3. Romeo, 41-38, our score. Oh boy, threw that one in the front row. 41. Sack across center court. Less than 15 minutes to go in this one. Bulldogs could tie it on this possession. Last time I said that, they did. Janicki. Oh, it's going to go to the Blossoms. And a lot of the fans were calling for over and back, as are some players. I didn't have a good look at it this time. So from up here at the booth, I say inconclusive. Oh, that's long. Oh, nice. Well, shoot, it was tipped by Janicki. It was tipped a couple times by the Blossoms, but Janicki tried to grab it quickly, but instead he deflected it out of bounds. Probably was heading that way anyway, so tough break for Janicki on that one. And they get a 3 on it. Oh, no. So that would have avoided 3 points, and Morum with the hack. 44-38, our score. And that's going to be a timeout by Coach Nathan Pillar, and we will leave it here this timeout. Once again, we'd like to remind you, February 16th, that's a Tuesday. Don't go to commercial. Don't go to commercial. All right. And we're back. Once again, February 16th, Maple River coming into town. Maple River ranked number 9 in 2A basketball this year. So a chance for a big upset. It's the last scheduled home game of the year for the boys, because sections start on Thursday. Unknown where, when, and who the Bulldogs will face. So check the Minnesota State High School League website. Check the JWP website for further details on sections. King, that's a long 2. It's off. That's going to be Bulldog basketball. No, it's not. It's going to be Awesome Blossom basketball. I thought that was off the Blossoms, but I didn't have the same vantage point as the ref, and the ref had a better vantage point, and he certainly made a lot more calls than I have. Nice. Oh, that nice passing it around by the Blossoms, but they couldn't connect on it. And Janicki almost deflected that one out again. So Burley's going to go in for Brandon Sack. And it is blue basketball. There is some question. Some of the Blossom players thought for sure it was their ball. And the refs are conferring at this time. These refs have refed the C-Squad game, the JV game, and now the varsity game. Normally we see a switch. And the refs, a reversal of decision, it is white basketball. That's rare. You don't see that very often. Oh, boy, that's a 3. It's just barely rolls off. Nice pass. And Janicki puts it in for 2. 44-40, Blossoms. Oh, that's going to be off Janicki. Quast entering for King. Tip. And it's off. Cross-court pass. He'll shoot that. Ooh, grazes the bottom of the net. Pass to Wrestler. Wrestler puts it in for two. Gets nothing but net. But this time went through the hoop first. Janicki. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. (48-40). You know, once the Bulldogs get within a few, boy, these Blossoms, they just pour it on. Good crowd once again here tonight. I know I've mentioned it a few times already. Very good crowd. No room in the away section. Some of the away fans are to the left of me, which happens from time to time. So it's a split crowd to the left of me. And it's, I would say, probably 100% to 99% Bulldog fans in the sections that you see on your screen. Romeo, back to Romeo. Tipped. Morum. Nice fake there. It's off. Nice hustle by Romeo. Timeout is called. And we will go to our local sponsors at this time. And we are back. 12:03 to go in the second half. 48-41 Blossoms. That's Morum inbounding in front of the parent section. More parents here tonight than usual. It is parent night and senior night. Morum with Eustace providing the defense. Out to Romeo. Back to Morum. Back to Romeo. Romeo out. And hey, the Blossoms in no rush. When you have a 7-point lead, they have to take the lead from you. You don't have to give it to them. They're very patient. That's Jones underneath. And what do they say? He led with the forearm, and they shivered off. There's a greater emphasis on that this season. It was mentioned to all the coaches before the year that they're going to call that more. And it has been called a lot more. Boy, I remember when I was playing basketball growing up, that would happen all the time. You'd almost have an arm lock on a guy. And it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Sack, and King entering for the Bulldogs. And Brandon Sack will inbound with 11:20 to go. Second half action. Sack to Eustace. Back to Brandon Sack. Risky pass gets it to Miller. Miller makes him shuffle his feet a bit there to the oohs and the ahs of the crowd. And Jeremiah Sack setting it up over to Brandon. Back to Jeremiah. Thumbs down. We'll see what this is. Eustace setting the screen. An attempted roll by Eustace, not there. Over to Brandon Sack. Brandon Sack to drive. And yeah, that's going to be a body foul by the Blossoms. You could tell he tried to get a hip lock on him. Tried to hip him. And Brandon Sack will once again inbound underneath the hoop. Over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah the drive. Over to Eustace. Eustace fakes. Kicks it out to Brandon Sack. Brandon Sack for three. It's in. 48-44. 7-point deficit down to a 4-point deficit. One shot. Don't leave him open. Boy, that Romeo, he hit a lot of three-pointers in the JV game. Morum for three. Oh, and just like that, it's been that way all game. We get one, but then they get one right back. It's hard to get the momentum when the other team's shooting just maybe a little better than you are. In a close game, every basket counts. And we're back up to a 7-point deficit. Down low to Brandon Sack. Brandon Sack to King. King for three. That's off. Brandon Sack the board. Jeremiah Sack for three, and it's in. 51-47. Over to Romeo. Stolen away by Miller. He's got the speed. Oh, an errant pass, though. Over to Romeo. Oh, stolen away. 2-on-2. Oh, nice move to the hoop by Nelson. And Coach Ted Hammond will call a timeout. We will leave it here this timeout. Hey, once again, Valentine's Day is only 2 days away. If you haven't got her something yet, you need to go to the Diamond Shop. I'm talking about Williams Diamond Center, Mankato, Minnesota. It's on Adams Street. It's not too late. Go tomorrow and get her something from the Diamond Shop. That's Williams Diamond Center on Adams Street, Mankato, Minnesota. They got something to save your Valentine's Day, so you need to pick it up. If you don't go to Williams Diamond Center tomorrow, you might be heading to the divorce line on the 15th. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's an exaggeration. But please, get her something from the Diamond Shop. That's Williams Diamond Center, Adams Street in Mankato. All right, 53-47 our score. 9:07 to go, second half action. 2-possession ball game, but the way these Blossoms have been shooting threes, it's going to take a stop. It's going to take a stop. Probably it's going to take a lot more than one stop. Defensively, the Bulldogs are going to have to clamp down. And hey, don't go for the home run. Just keep scoring points, and let's get some stops. That's the start. There it is. 49-53. Smith to Nelson. And it is blocking. I was talking to a lot of people before the game. Based on the results of the C Squad and JV game, a lot of people thought, boy, this one might be a short night for our boys tonight, but you know what? They've hung tough, and they've done more than hung tough. They have a chance to win this one, and they're going for it. That's Morum underneath the hoop for the Blossoms, going to inbound. Fiesel will be making an appearance. He hit a lot of shots in the JV game for the Bulldogs. Fiesel for Sack. Fiesel, the least experienced player on the team as a sophomore. But you know what? He's earned his spot at this varsity level, no doubt about it. With injuries to Gannon and other things going on with the roster, spots have opened up. Nice put in there by Janicki. And now just like that, it's a 2-point game. Get another stop. Let's see if they can do it. Slings it over. Set shot. It's off. Big board by Eustace to Jeremiah Sack. Can tie it or take the lead on this possession. And he telegraphed it over to Eustace, to Janicki. Oh, that would have brought the house down if he could tie that up with that layup. Layup was long, rebound Blossoms. Nelson hands it off to Smith. Back to Smith. Passing it around are the Blossoms. 7:17 to go, second half, 53-51. They're in no rush. Oh boy, three, it's off. Fiesel the hustle board. And with a little over 7 minutes to go, the Bulldogs are heading down. Pass it to King. King draws the foul, heading to the line for the three-point play. Could give the Bulldogs the lead with the free throw. King's been much more patient tonight than he normally is down low. He's been waiting for it, and then he goes up, and he's been successful twice on that. Great job by King. Get it to Wrestler. Oh, there we go. 55-53 Bulldogs. To Romeo. Smith. Or he'll shoot that. He'll make that. And he did. Can't leave Romeo open. And he gives the Blossoms a 1-point lead, 56-55 with a little over 6 to go. To Fiesel. Hands it off to Sack. Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Smith. Got the arm over the arm. They'll call that every time. 5:55 to go, and it is bonus down. That's the 7th team foul by the Blossoms, and the Bulldogs only have 2 fouls. Tied up at 56. This free throw could give the Bulldogs the lead. It's up. It's in. Eustace coming in for Fiesel. Sophomore for sophomore. And Fiesel gets high fives all around as he heads out. Remember, he hustled for that long rebound. You know that was noticed by Coach Hammond. Morum to Wrestler. Oh, you can't leave him open. Oh, he got lucky. He missed that one. Down the court. King is there. King lays it up for 2. And it is 59-56 Bulldogs. 5.5 to go. Smith to Wrestler. Wrestler's off. Skying for the board is Nelson. And he's off. Eustace to Sack. It's senior night. Oh, and he went for the steal. Sack to Sack. Sack for 3. It's off. Rebound Janicki. Jeremiah Sack with it. Under 5 minutes to go now. Good ball handling by Jeremiah Sack. To Brandon. Finds Janicki underneath and he puts it in for 2. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Tipped to Wrestler. For 3, it's off. Janicki the board, lead pass to Sack. And he draws the foul. Boy, you could hear a pin drop over in the Alden Congress section right now. You can't. Yeah, I'm looking over there. People are just sitting and watching. Nobody's cheering. They're worried they've lost their lead. They certainly have time to get it back, though, regardless of the outcome of these free throws. It's off. Rebound, Blossoms. Boy, I wish you could have been here, folks. This was a good game. Remember, you can't, no matter what the team's record is, no matter what's happened in the past, you just can't miss any. That's what it comes down to. There's always excitement. Win or lose, there's excitement. And you know what? This is probably the most exciting game of the year, and they saved it for senior night and parent night. And also, and there's a good crowd in the audience, too. always tends to be a better game. I don't know. I can't explain the science to it, but the more people here, the better. So please join us on Tuesday. More on that later. Passing it around are the Blossoms. That's a 3. It's in, and Morum finally connects from outside, cuts the deficit to 2. Jeremiah Sack with 3:35 to go in the second half. Sack to King. King to Janicki. Bulldogs in no rush right now. Thumbs up, says Coach Hammond. Eustace almost loses the handle. Eustace to drive, tries to draw the foul on the reverse layup, cannot. And Wrestler the board, and the Blossoms can tie it up or take the lead on this possession themselves. Smith, pass. Oh, it's blocked by Sack. And timeout is called by Coach Trent Swenson. And we will take our final local sponsor ad at this time. All right, and we're back. Stomping and clapping is the crowd. What an exciting game, and what an exciting finish this will be. 2:56 to go. You know what? Moments like this, record at 4-18 does not matter one bit. Right now, this has a playoff atmosphere right now in here. All right, Bulldogs looking to kickstart their defense right here. Passing, there it is. The shot ties it up. With 2:38 to go, we're tied at 61. Janicki with the ball across center court. Bulldogs in no rush right now. Janicki the drive. All the way through past Wrestler and in. 63 to 61 Bulldogs. Bulldogs, remember, fouls could come into play here. Only 3 fouls by the Bulldogs, 8. And that's one more, and that's on King. Some fans losing their grip a bit in the crowd. So I watched the gentleman stand up, take his hat off, throw it down, pick it back up, put it on his head, take it off again, throw it down. Whoa, and the free throw's off. Fiesel, is Fiesel entering? There's hesitation. He is entering for King. That was King's 3rd foul on that one, team 4th. Nelson's 2nd free throw is up. 2:13 to go. Connects on the 2nd. 1-point game. Crossover dribble. Janicki challenges the defender. Some want to call. Boy, there one fan. He's about irate. Romeo gets it over to Smith. Back to Smith. Kicks it out to Nelson. 1:35 to go. 63-62 Bulldogs. It's crunch time officially. Wrestler for 2. Oh boy, and that gives the Blossoms the lead. 64-63, a minute 19 to go. Timeout called by Coach Ted Hammond. We'll leave it here this timeout. $1:17 to go. 1-point lead for the Blossoms. 8. Yes, at this time, Mike Skinner is they've been doing this a lot lately, where at the end of games, close to the end of games, they do an advertisement for officials and say how important it is to be an official, be nice to the officials, respect their decisions. And you know what? If you think you can be an official, go to the Minnesota State High School League website for more information. You know, a lot of people in the stands think they know more than the guys in the zebra shirts. Well, prove it. Get licensed, and maybe we'll see you on the court next year. Boy, all right, 1:17 to go. Anything could happen here. And it's, I said earlier, you know what? 4-18 means nothing right now. It is a playoff atmosphere. It has that feeling. You can feel it in your stomach right now. And you know the players can feel it too. All right. Janicki will inbound in front of Coach Ted Hammond. And they're not going to rush in. You know they had to talk about this during the timeout. Down to King. King to Eustace. Eustace for two, and it's in. And the foul. A little bit of a late whistle there, but the call is the call nonetheless. And the Alden Concord fans really not doing a whole lot right now. 65-64 Bulldogs, free throws up. It's in. 66-64, 1:05 to go. To Romeo, back to Smith. Okay, I wouldn't leave Romeo open. That's Smith. We're at 51 seconds. And they're passing it around. We're down to 41 seconds. They're waiting for the right move here. There's the guy they were looking for, and he I've said it all game, that Romeo. Oh, timeout by the Bulldogs. We'll leave it here this timeout. You know, I've been saying all game, I saw Romeo in the JV game. You can't leave that guy open from beyond the arc. He hit a lot of three-pointers in that JV game, and you know what? Maybe he hasn't hit too many tonight in the varsity game, but he hit it when it counted. And now with 25.2 to go, it is the Awesome Blossoms 67. It is the Bulldogs 66. And we'll see what the Bulldogs go for here. Boy, what excitement, what drama here at the Doghouse. Should have wished you could have joined us, but hey, you got the second best seat possible. You're watching it from the enjoyment of your own home. I'd like to say hello and thank you to everybody watching, presently and in the future. We know we'll have a lot of viewers during our encore presentations of this. I'd like to thank our two loyal viewers, John and Annette in Lakeville. They love these. NFHS, what an age we live in. What an age we live in. And thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting JWP athletics and activities. Boy, here we go. Janicki inbounding in front of Hammond. Right now is the time. Ooh, a little bit of a risky pass to Sack there. Sack with 20 seconds. A foul would put the Bulldogs at the line. Janicki to Sack. Kicks it out to King. Oh, no, it's off. And good sportsmanship there by Eustace and Sack. But remember, that was only the fifth team foul by the Bulldogs. They got to do another one or two. 8.3 to go. Calling it at the line here. Home run pass. Oh, he's out of bounds. Got to be out of bounds. And it's Bulldog basketball with 6.6 to go. There was a collision, and you could see his bottom was out of bounds. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. And once again, we will leave it here this timeout. Boy. Yeah, We'll hide the clock. I'll keep you in the know of what the time is. Right now, 6.6 to go. Oh, boy, what could happen? They went for the home run pass. If it would have connected, they obviously would have had to foul on that end of the court if they could have caught up to him in time. A good deflection. I don't know if that, I think that might have been Janicki on the deflection. They both went for it out of bounds, and you could see the awesome blossom blooming, so to speak, right on the sidelines with his keister clearly in the blue, right in front of our Special Olympians who are joining us this evening. They did great at halftime. Here we go. Eustace to Janicki. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the win. Blocked by Ressler with 0.7 to go. There's still time. .7. Timeout is called by Coach Nathan Pillar. And let me tell you something, folks. It doesn't get any better than this right here. Wow. I'm surprised people are not standing at this point. I'm going to stand. I'm going to stand. Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs, with .7, you just got to get the pass in right away, launch it. You don't have time to think about it. You just got to catch and launch and hope for the best. One way or the other, what a basketball game. Both teams, great job. All right. All right, Brandon Sack inbounding. .7. It'll launch it and shoot it for the win. Oh, and it's off. Oh, they had the look though. That was the best look they could have had. And on senior night, the Bulldogs put up their best fight of the year, but come up 1 point shy. And you know what? It was a great game. They should be proud. If they would have won it, they should be proud of the way they played in defeat as well. And what a contest. The Awesome Blossoms just 1 point better tonight. This has been Jay Semry for another NFHS broadcast. Have a great Valentine's Day, and we will see you on Tuesday the 16th against the 9th-ranked Maple River.